to ask you about concealed weapons permit.
Okay.
What are the rules on it? Can anybody get one?
You can go to the probate judge's office. It's a one-stop shop. You go there and they fingerprint you and they take all your information, run your background check, and send it off to the state, and the feds will do a background check too. If you're not a convicted felon, you're eligible to get a carry permit, and it's my advice for everybody that doesn't have one to go get one.
Now, if I can buy a gun, does that guarantee me being able to get a concealed weapon permit?
No, not necessarily. You can buy a gun if you had a dishonorable discharge from the military, or if you've been convicted of family violence and it was a bad situation. You could possibly be turned down for your concealed carry permit. You could possibly also be turned down to buy a handgun. Now, if you don't have a concealed carry permit and you go and try to purchase a handgun, you may be approved to purchase it, but you will have the waiting period while they do all the checks and all the balances and things like that now. And you can get a shotgun or a long gun the same day. Now, if you have a concealed permit and you go to an establishment that sells firearms, with your concealed permit and your driver's license, you'll be able to walk out the door with a handgun that day. So my advice is, I'm a Second Amendment advocate. I'm a firm believer in our Constitution and our Second Amendment. I defend it till the day I die. I want everybody who can legally own a handgun and have a carry permit to please go and purchase a firearm. Protect yourself and your family.
I'm hearing different things on the internet or on Facebook about concealed weapons, and if you're pulled over by a police officer, and how to handle that. How do you handle that?
Well, see, here's the thing about carrying in your vehicle. You do not have to have a carry permit to carry a firearm in your car. It's like they consider it an extension of your home. Now, there are some rules to carrying a firearm in your car. If you have it in plain view, that's legal. But you need to remember the two-step rule. If it takes you one step of opening the glove box and reaching in and getting your gun, that's step number 2. Two-step rule unless you have it in plain view. You cannot have it under the seat. You cannot have it in the pocket of the door. That's against the rules. Now, if you're pulled over and you have a firearm in plain view, my advice to you is keep both hands on the wheel, and when the officer steps up, say, "Officer, I'm here, I have a concealed permit, I have a firearm right here on the seat beside me." That way, the officer, you've established a little trust right there off the bat, because that officer doesn't know who's he's approaching, doesn't know who he's pulled over, other than what he gets back on the tag that he was called in. He'll know who you are from the call or the tag, or who owns the car. But my advice is, if you've got a firearm in the vehicle and you legally got it there, go ahead and tell that officer. That establishes that little moment of trust. Lets that officer back up a little bit, because he's not so wary anymore, because he knows there's a firearm in the car, but he knows you're not going to reach and get it.
So it's my choice whether I do.
It's your choice. Yeah, it is. I mean, you don't have to, but if it's in plain view on the seat beside you, and the officer sees it, and you don't go ahead and tell him, it's probably going to cause a little tension right there, just for a few minutes.
Okay, with a concealed weapon permit, when can I pull the gun out?
Can you pull it out?
When can I pull it out and actually draw it?
Are you talking about in defense of yourself?
Well, let's say I'm in a convenience store and it's being robbed, or I'm just I don't know. So when can you pull it out?
If there is a felony in progress, or you feel threatened in any way, you have the right under the Constitution to pull your weapon any time. Now, I don't need a bunch of cowboys running around here in Bartow County.
Mm-hmm.
And because, I want everybody to get along. I want us all to work together to be safe. But if you're stopping a felony in progress, then you have every right under the Constitution to do that.
Hello, my name is Mary Glass. I'm the owner of the Herb Shop of Cartersville on Main Street. I've been here since 1993. I've served the community all these years and would love you to stop by and see us and see our store. This is my daughter Bria. She helps me run the store now.
We welcome you to come in and educate yourself on the quality of Nature's Sunshine products and the benefits of whole food vitamins, and visit historic downtown Cartersville.
Thank you all.
Hi everybody, I'm Michelle Queen.
And I'm Michael Queen.
We are the Realty Queen and team at Ashton Taylor Realty. We do specialize in homes that do not sell the first time around. If your home has expired in this seller's market, that is a huge problem. You owe it to yourself to interview more than one agent, call a professional that is strong to negotiate on your behalf to net you the most amount of money and sell your home in the least amount of time possible.
Our actions create results. We have a great marketing plan. Please contact us. We'd love to come out and check out your home and get you listed in the market and get sold in a timely manner.
Hi, welcome to my kitchen, and today we're going to be making eggs in a frame, or some people know them as eggs in a basket. First, you're going to add the butter to your pan. Get that good spread out like that. Then you're going to take your piece of toast and you're going to put a hole in it. Piece of toast down. I usually add a little bit of pepper to mine. Now my kids don't like the eggs whole in them. They won't eat it if it's whole. So I usually just scramble it up in this little bowl right here and then add it to that little hole. Let me wait. Get the butter to cook on the other side real good. And slowly start putting it in the hole like that. And then I usually spread mine on the my husband just likes the eggs spread on the piece of bread, so. Now you have to be careful when you go to flip it, but it doesn't really matter if you make a mess because eggs are going to get everywhere, so. My end's a little crispy, so that's how my favorite one would look. You have it, eggs in a frame. An easy, quick breakfast meal.
Thank you, Mom. It's good.
Welcome to Bodyplex.
I'm David Klein with CNC Exterminators, a second-generation pest control company from here in Cartersville. We've been servicing the Bartow and surrounding counties for over 40 years. We specialize in residential and commercial pest control and termite services. We offer free inspections, so if you're currently having a problem or just need expert advice, please give us a call at 770-382-2223. That's 770-382-2223. Thank you.
Some neat stuff.
Thank you.
Is this all your stuff? Did you?
Yes, it is. I make everything by hand. There's no molds, no copies.
All right. What is this right here I'm looking at?
This is my mermaid.
Okay.
Beer stein. You can do anything with it that you do with a regular beer stein except for throw it in the freezer to make a frosty beer.
Okay.
You can't freeze the mug because it would make the clay and the glass contract and then expand at different rates.
Can I throw it in the dishwasher?
You cannot throw it in the dishwasher, but you're not eating oatmeal out of it. When you drink beer out of it, you just need to rinse it and
Well,
put it away.
do you really want to drink beer out of this anyway, or is this something you just put on the shelf?
Oh,
And it's just...
no. They love to be drunk from. You don't want to just let it sit and collect dust.
All right, what other cool stuff you got? Let me show. What is...
This is just one of my baby dragons. They're all up for adoption.
Baby dragon.
Yep, they're looking for forever homes, so you can adopt a dragon,
Okay.
take it home, give it a name.
That is a dragon, isn't it? There's there's the head right there, you know. That's... And what's this right here?
That is a new hatchling. So he's airing out his wings to dry them out so he can fly.
All right, why dragons? I mean, where did this come from?
I've just always loved dragons. I guess I just call it my spirit animal.
How long have you been doing this?
Just over a year.
You've only been doing this for a year. This right here. You've only been doing this like right here for a year.
Actually,
Okay.
this is a dragon I made
Okay.
at Agamacon, which is a little fantasy sci-fi con in South Carolina.
Okay.
And I started this while I was sitting at my table at that convention. And it was my third
Where
Dragon
was this at
ever.
again?
It's in Aiken, South Carolina in March.
And what is it again? Is it Dragon Con or?
It's a sci-fi fantasy Comic Con. So if you're into gaming, sci-fi, fantasy, anything of the fandom genre. If you like watching Supernatural, they got something there.
And you like that stuff, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
you made that sitting there?
I made this. I took it home and did the finishing touches at home. But this is something I made a year ago in March, and it was my third dragon. And I just started making dragons at the beginning of the year.
Is that just made from scratch, or is that a mold, or what is that?
No, I start with a lump of clay. Here, I'll show you.
Okay. Oh, this
I
is
start
cool.
with a lump of clay. I can show you how fast I can get the basics done.
Okay.
So this is just polymer clay. I'm gonna roll it to get it to.
Anybody can buy this clay.
Yeah, they sell it at Michael's. This particular lump is Prima, which is made by Sculpey.
Okay.
It works out easily. It's not too hard. It's not too sticky. It's not like some of them are so soft they're like peanut butter. Others are so hard they bruise your hand.
Okay.
But I'll give him a little neck there and move his snout in.
Okay. It's beginning to look like a dragon.
Mm-hmm. And on the other end, I'm going to roll out a tail for him.
Okay.
And then maybe pinch along his back to give him a bit of a backbone.
Okay.
To which I may later add ridges or spikes.
Right.
Something. Okay. And start giving his head a little bit more of a shape.
You know, it really is starting to take shape. It really is.
Find his cheek.
Okay. See, people sitting at home, if you want to do something different, this is it right here. And now you sell and you make money doing this.
I do. So I was able to quit my job.
You quit your job because of this?
Yes.
From something you just self-discovered sitting there and just messing around.
It wasn't quite self-discovery. I had a friend who is a sculptor who showed me a few basics right before she left town. And I just kind of went with it from there. Okay. And then just smooth those down so that they don't look like they just dug into his face.
Right.
It looks more like an actual bone ridge.
Look at that.
And then
It's a dinosaur's head.
okay. And then because he's flat right here, I'll start shaping the bottom of his chin. And then the devil's just in the details there. I could keep him very simple, or I could make him more detailed.
And when it's all said and done, you'll end up with something like this.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly how this started. It starts off with a lump, and I just keep adding more detail as I go along.
Fascinating meeting you. What's your name?
Valerie.
Nice to meet you, Valerie.
Wonderful meeting you too. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
Hey, welcome to Treasure Chest. Come on in and let me show you how I can save you some money. Hey, we have a live edge table, 4 chairs, bench, table, $12.99. 8 chairs, table for $9.49. We have bunk beds. We have full bedroom suits. We have a living room suite that reclines. It starts at $12.99. We have regular standard seating that starts at $4.99 for your sofa love. We have lift chairs. Anything that you may want in dining, we have new and used. A lot of our used stuff comes in by consignment. If you've got something you want to get rid of, we may be able to help you do that. We carry a full line of mattresses from twin all the way up to king. We have rugs, start 5x8, 8x10, anything you can think of. Come on by at Treasure Chest. We're located at 927 North Tennessee Street in beautiful Cartersville, Georgia, just a short drive from Atlanta. Come on by. You never know what you're going to find.
Thanks for stopping by Treasure Chest.
SOS Mattress. Best quality, best price, guaranteed. Where can you find a huge selection of high-end mattresses without paying high-end prices? SOS Mattress. Best quality, best price, guaranteed. Where can you save 50 to 80% off retail every day? SOS Mattress. Best quality, best price, guaranteed. We offer the lowest prices on the best name brand mattresses. SOS Mattress and Clearance Center on Highway 41 in Cartersville, 1 block south of Home Depot.
Hi, I'm Don Weathers from 24 Bell Bottom. We're located on Xena Drive, just right down from the jail. You can't miss me with this big bright yellow building and the red trim. And there's my phone number right there. Put it in your phone. keep me on speed dial. You never know when you're going to need me. But I guarantee you when you do, I'm going to treat you like family, and we're going to get you out of jail no matter where you're at in the state of Georgia. We have several locations, so it doesn't matter what you're charged with or where you're at, we're going to come to your rescue. We're going to get you out of that old stinky jail. You call me 770-382-2424, and we'll be there when you need us.
Hey, everybody, this is Scott Shepard. Hey, Scott Shepard.
Good morning, David Paul.
This is one old church right here. Tell everybody what church this is.
Well, David, this is Brandon's Chapel Baptist Church. It wasn't always Brandon's Chapel Baptist Church. It started out as a Methodist church in 1836.
Is this the original church?
No, David. Thomas W. Brandon in 1836 started a Sunday school class in his home, which was a log structure, and that led to the forming of the first Methodist church in this area. Also was a school in this district, and that was over by the U Harley Creek. And then between 1846 and 1855, the date is somewhat obscure, Brandon Chapel Methodist Church was moved to the J.S. Beasley property, and then in 1891, W.E. Puckett gave this piece of land for the building of Brandon Chapel Methodist Church. And the history books say that in 1898, a cyclone came through, destroyed Brandon Chapel Methodist Church. This beautiful church here was built in 1899 and renamed Stylesboro Methodist Church after the community of Stylesboro.
Now, next door, what is this? Let me focus in on this if I can and show what this is. That looks like an old home.
David, that was the parsonage. That was the home for the preacher and his wife and family. Whoever pastored this old church was allowed the privilege of living there.
In its day, I bet it was something.
It was beautiful, I'm sure, in its day.
How old is that home?
Probably a little bit younger than the church.
All right. Now, two doors. Explain what the two doors is about in the front of your church.
Well, David, believe it or not, back in the day, the two doors were for the men and for the women. The men would go in on the left side, the left door, and the women would go in the right door on the right side. The men would sit on the left of the church. The men would sit on the right of the church. I'm sorry, the men would sit on the left of the church, the women would sit on the right of the church, and the children would sit in the middle.
Now, we're in Stylesboro, Georgia. Now, tell everybody a little bit about Stylesboro.
Well, David, you know, 100 years ago, everybody knew where Stylesboro was. Today, not so much. The Stylesboro Academy is a mile from here, and Stylesboro, the community, goes 1 mile in every direction, north, south, east, and west from the Stylesboro Academy. The Stylesboro Academy was built in 1859 at a cost of $5,000. And when Sherman and his troops, about 26,000 troops, marched through here as he was burning all of Georgia on his march to the sea, when he went into the Stylesboro Academy, he was prepared to burn it, but he saw written in Latin over the door, to God and country, and that he remembered that was the motto at West Point and spared that old academy. And so the community of Stylesboro is 1 mile north, south, east, and west from the Stylesboro Academy.
And you do not have a grocery store?
We do not have a grocery store, David.
Do you have a gas station?
We have a convenience store.
You have a convenience store?
Yes, sir.
Is that it? I mean,
that's about it.
But people are happy out here.
They're happy.
And you're 10 miles away from a grocery store or whatever.
And we're right across the street from a working cotton gin.
A working cotton gin. Wow. Well, let's show everybody inside. Now inside the church, we're walking into a little room to the left right when you walk in. What is this room?
Well, David, this is a bell tower room. Back in 1899, churches had a bell. We still have a bell. We still ring it every Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. I have a deacon that says he rings it to let everybody know that God is still on the throne. And so would you like to hear it?
Yes, I'd love to.
All right, absolutely. We had some work done on our steeples, and A man shimmied up there and took a picture of the bell, and it says Bullseye Bell Company, 1893. So it's an old bell.
The original bell.
The original bell.
Okay, let's walk into your church here. Now this to the left here is where the men sat.
That's right.
Right here. Children in the middle.
And women to the right.
How many can you fit in here?
You know, David, I would say between 150 and 200.
Beautiful stained glass windows.
Original.
Original.
From 1899, someone told me that these windows were probably more expensive than this whole building and the property that it sits on.
Now this is a Baptist church.
Baptist church. This church was founded as Brandon Chapel Baptist Church, February the 18th, 1997. We are a part of the Bartow Baptist Association, which is a part of the Georgia Baptist Convention, which is a part of the Southern Baptist Convention. So we are a Southern Baptist church.
Now you told me earlier, you said that's up here on the left side was the Amen corner.
The Amen corner.
Amen corner.
Amen corner, David. To the left, up front, men would sit and they would amen the preacher when he said something that stirred them.
Was that normal in a church back then?
It was. It really was. There was an amen corner.
An amen corner. Do you have an amen corner?
I do not. I would love to have one.
Can't start one. Can't get a bunch of volunteers. Or okay. This looks. I can't. Any ghosts or anything in here? You hear any noises or anything? Or?
No, sir. No ghost.
Everybody, this is Scott Shepard. Thank you very, very much for giving us a tour of your church.
Thank you, David Paul. God bless you. Thank you.
It's back! Employee pricing for everyone on every new Kia in stock, only at Metro Kia in Cartersville. Now through Monday, you pay what we pay on every new Kia in stock. Save thousands, hundreds to choose from, all with employee pricing. And get Metro Kia's exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile nationwide warranty on all new and pre-owned. Don't miss it! Employee pricing for everyone at Metro Kia in Cartersville. You pay what we pay.
Right here at Metro Kia in Cartersville.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even mermutts. And we covered it February 3rd, 2016. Talk to Farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
I'm Rashard Carson, your local farmer's insurance agent, right here on North Bartow Street, Cartersville, Georgia.
Hey everybody, this is Katie. What's your last name, Katie?
Goby.
And you're at the U-Harley Museum.
Yes, the U-Harley Welcome Center and History Museum.
What is your title there?
I'm the director.
Nice to meet you, Katie.
Yes, you too.
Now we're at the entrance. This is the back entrance. How do you refer to this?
This is the U-Harley covered bridge.
Mm-hmm.
This is the entrance that most people don't see. If they don't cross the bridge, they don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But we like to show it. It's a little bit more serene than the other side that's exposed to the road.
It's beautiful. We just walked across it. Kind of spooky walking across it.
It is a little, because it's even on a bright day, which today's a little overcast, it's still pretty dark in there.
Yeah, just it's weird being that high, just something that old and trusting it. And,
right.
All right, tell us the history. How old is this bridge?
This bridge was built in 1886.
Okay.
And it was built by Washington King and Jonathan Burke. And Washington King was the son of Horace King. Horace King is a famous bridge builder who was born as a slave and went on to build bridges throughout the Southeast. And so Washington was just one of his four sons who really had a significant impact on the infrastructure of our South, the Southeast, but also of Bartow County. I think everybody who lives in Bartow County is familiar with this bridge, and I call it the crown jewel of U-Harley because it is just picturesque, and we're so thrilled that we've been able to preserve it since 1886.
Now, what river is this?
This is actually the U-Harley Creek. It meets
U-Harley.
the Etowah River just a few more feet down
Okay.
down the way.
How did they cross before this?
This is not the first bridge that
Right.
crossed Harley Creek right here, but
Right.
this is the one that has sustained the longest. They've had ferries that crossed the bridge before. We've also had not as sound bridges that often were washed out, especially in the springtime as some of the snow and ice would melt and the waters would rise. And unfortunately, people have died crossing this creek before. It doesn't look like it might be dangerous, but just with a little bit of rain, it rises pretty quickly. So we.
Well, how high can it rise?
I'm not an expert on that, so I can't
Right.
give you a definite answer. But I mean, I've seen it actually go into the gristmill ruins before.
Wow. Now, what am I looking at right there? What is that?
This is the ruin of the Lowry gristmill. We can date back.
What did they do there?
They milled wheat and corn, and at some point they also had an extension. They're able to card wool. But this was really the centerpiece of business in Harley, as far as we can tell, for quite a long time. Part of the ruin was, we think, established in even as early as the 1830s, but the Lowry family did not own the mill until 1880. And they actually owned the property and operated the mill until into the 20th century. It really, without the Lowry family here, Harley probably would not, this bridge would not have sustained, and a lot of the land here wouldn't be what it is today.
Now, what am I looking at up here? What is that?
This is one of our newest structures in Harley. This is actually, it's built in the post and beam style to look older, but it is a pavilion, a covered pavilion that we actually rent in the city of Harley. You can rent the pavilion as well as the bridge site for special events, weddings, different things like that.
Are people taking advantage of that?
I believe so. I have seen quite a few weddings at this site, and it's pretty affordable.
Who do you see about that?
You can go to City Hall. You can see Lori Cecil, our administrative assistant.
She can rent you this bridge.
Yes.
Wow. If you want something completely different.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have several rentals in the city of Harley, and this is just one of our beautiful rentals.
Is this on the ghost tour?
And it usually is, yes.
Why?
Well, our ghost tour is...
Well, I mean, has anything been spotted here, or people sightings,
have,
or?
Yes. That was before I started working here, that they did some paranormal investigations, or private individuals came out and did some paranormal investigations. Right. And they came in and they told me they did see some spirits walking through. But we actually closed the bridge at night with some gates, so we don't have residents walking through, but I don't know who else might be. But our ghost tour that we do here is a little more friendly. It's more history oriented.
Right.
So
you don't get into that, but
we don't quite get into that. People
right.
will ask and we'll tell them, but we talk more about the history. We have someone portraying our bridge builder, usually talking about building this 138-foot bridge over the creek.
Everybody, this is Katie. Tell everybody what your title is again.
I'm the director of the Harley Welcome Center and History Museum. Come out and see us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.